Keanu is a solid choice. He's basically the patron saint of cool under pressure. I can definitely work with that energy. Since we're building up our cast, is there anyone else you'd want to see in the mix? Or are you ready to start crafting a new world?
I'm all
We're
ears.
ready to cook up something legendary. Do you have a specific genre or setting in mind for?
All right, what's happening, everybody? It's Eric from the MMG, and we're taking a look at Dreamforge. This is an AI-powered gaming platform where you can create, play, and share some highly personalized stories with with other people in Dreamforge with your friends. You can actually import photos. You can do import whatever you want, really, picture wise. To get it in there, you can bring in real people that you know. You can bring in fictional characters. It's, as you'll see in my game here that I'm going to show you in a second. I brought in two of my favorite fictional Star Trek characters, Jean-Luc Picard and Mr. Spock, and did a pretty good job of auto-generating them without a picture. And then you create a story, and your first story that you make, it just asks you things about yourself, and then it kind of builds a story around that. It's interesting. It's an interesting concept. I'm really excited to see where they're going to go with it. It's not much of a game right now in this stage, and I think that's one thing that's going to be interesting if they can get that to work, become more of a game maker and less of just a storytelling tool, I suppose. So yeah, let's dive in and let's check out Dreamforge. All right, so we're going to get back to this to show you how you actually generate your world. So inspiration level. So first thing you can do is you can type in everything. Or if you have a microphone, you can hit the microphone button and it'll pick up your audio here. But it wants to know what to do, how we want to show. So tell Forge your preference for the next game. Now, I've already made the game with the Logic Bomb Protocol, which now we're going to look at one that I'm going to show you here shortly. And we're going to take a stab at another game. You can also see a public library of other people's games. I want to generate a game that works really well in this engine that has the player making choices that have compounding effects on the story itself and where it takes you. Let's do a game where you go to different universes by going through a portal. Thinking of that show in the 90s called Sliders, which I really, really liked. If you know that, we're going to reference that. It's Sliders, not Fighters, with an L. Yes, there you go. And they would go through different worlds and portals and then help solve the other world's problems. And then, they would go back to their real life, hopefully, if everything went right. But something never went right, and they had a hard time getting back. But they always made it back, I think, right? And I want to use me and my buddies as the characters in the game. And I want us to start out on Earth like we are now. And I want us to go to several different worlds in different fictions from TV shows or video games that we know. Let's make the first world the world of Baldur's Gate 3. That'll be fun. Let's make the next world the dwarf Lord of the Rings. I don't know why I called it dwarf. Let's make the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit. Let's make that the second world that we go to. And let's make the third world Cyberpunk. So the world of Cyberpunk, like Cyberpunk 2077, that world would be cool to go to. And then have us interacting with NPCs, have us doing little mini games to win or lose. Let's add an inventory system, a money system, and give us challenges on every world that we have to complete to move on to the next world. Or get back to Earth and basically pick another world to go to, or however you want to do it. Something that gamifies it. All right, now that I've entered all that verbally, I'm going to hit the button to actually input that into the AI engine so it'll start generating the game based off my description.
Sliders meets Baldur's Gate, Lauder, and Cyberpunk? That's a chaotic masterpiece in the making. I love the inventory and money system idea. Very pro-gamer. Since you're the lead hero, want to share a photo of yourself so I can get your look just right? Click that button below to show me. Looking sharp, Eric. You're officially ready for the multiverse. We've got enough inspiration to start your journey through Baldur's Gate, Middle-earth, and Cyberpunk whenever you're ready. You can hit that generate button to start the game now, or keep chatting if you want to add more flavor to your adventure. Your call.
All right, so I input more details, some photos of my friends, kind of put some more story in there.
Other friends you want to recruit for this party? Or Ryan is in. He looks like a great addition to the party. Understood. Ryan is officially on the roster. Solo. We've got a solid crew now. You, Will, Ryan, and the legend Keanu. The multiverse won't know what hit it. Are you ready to lock in this team and start our interdimensional journey? Or is there anyone else you need to recruit?
All right, once you get everything inputted and you hit generate world, it does take you some credits. And so this game works off of credits to generate a world. Right now, the only one available, it costs 250 credits to generate. And they started us out with 1,000 credits. I don't know what the full release will give you exactly, but it'll tell you in the description, I'm sure. So you can see here it's now generating, and it says it'll take 3 to 5 minutes. So we're just going to wait patiently here. All right, so it's completely done. It generated it. It called it the Multiverse Breach. There's Keanu Reeves in the background. For some reason, the game loves Keanu Reeves. It uses it as an example at the beginning, and it wanted to put it in the game, so I did. And then there's me and my buddy Will and Ryan. So here's where it generated, and it started out for us. So you can see it has like almost missions or tasks to do up in the top left. I didn't play this one all the way through. I'm going to show you the other game that I did and show you how it all worked out. All right, so what it built for me, you're looking at it right now. So I used a real picture of myself, and the picture of me pretty damn close. And then I picked my 2 favorite fictional characters, and this is just, I came off the top of my head. Jean-Luc Picard, I'm a huge Star Trek fan, if you don't know that. And then I picked Spock, and then I picked my dog, Howard. It's interesting, it does recognize it as a canine, but it's not, it's a standing canine. But we're in an escape room.
Eric, your emotional attachment to the canine is understandable. But unless you analyze the diagnostic tablet and locate the server's input port, the containment field will collapse before you can reach him.
So even though he's right here, I cannot reach him for some reason. I don't know, maybe he's on the other side. So as you can see in the top left, it kind of tells you what to do next. So check the server tower for a way to connect.
Piece of aesthetic design. Those seems entirely out of place.
You need to do this. Now, there's a lot of things in the room that are just there visually. You can inspect and examine. It gives you a little bit of story about it. But there is a mission to do here, and I slowly work my way through and get it done.
How will you bypass the firewall? Systematically dismantle the firewall code. Or force a hardware-level override via manual controls.
Dismantling the logic core. Now.
The firewall is collapsing, Eric.
Now Howard does
Your
look like a
logic
dog.
holds.
It's working. Howard, hang on.
I have no emotion. Now, if I would have took the other choice, obviously I had a picture of a steering wheel and a joystick. I think I would have used these items here that were on the table to solve this. So as you can see, it gave me a choice and an option on how to solve this particular puzzle. I went with the other choice, but I do think that it would have been solved either way, which I found kind of cool. I like that it let me make that decision.
It is a privilege to stand with you, Eric. You have faced a difficult choice, and in doing so, you have demonstrated that the measure of a person is not found in the data they preserve, but in the lives they choose to protect. The sacrifice of the server's integrity was necessary and honorable, a testament to your character.
As for the future, it remains unwritten, but I have no doubt that you will meet it with the same courage you have shown here today.
Live long and prosper, my friend.
The cost of silence. Eric shares a final, somber reflection with Picard, acknowledging the heavy toll of lost data as the price for Howard's safety.
All right, and that wraps it up. You see I get a game complete, and I can leave a comment. I can go back to the Forge, and it does ask for some feedback here, which I do leave for them, which I feel like is very important. This is a neat tool. I think it's got a lot of room to grow. I don't think it's going to be very entertaining in its current state, but I think that they're getting, the possibility is there. So as long as they keep working on it, gamify it some more, I think it might get to the place where it will be a really neat tool for you to bring your ideas and your creations to life. Oh, and then it congratulates me for completing the quest.
Prove that even a logic bomb has a heart. Picard was right. That data sacrifice was honorable. You navigated that muscle car server room like a pro. Ready to jump into another adventure? Or should we debrief on your tactical genius first?
All right, everybody, that wraps it up. Have yourself a great day.